Next topic is diffraction. Definition of the diffraction. Diffraction is a phenomena of bending of light into the geometrical shadow region at an object of size comparable to the wavelength of the light. You can see here in this figure, this is the D is the aperture, and light fall on this direction, and we can see the diffraction pattern on the screen. It's look like this red and dark spots. So we can call it as bright and dark fringes. Classification of diffraction. Diffraction is again two types. First one is the Fresnel's diffraction, and second one is the Fraunhofer diffraction. Coming to the Fresnel diffraction, in this diffraction both source of light and screen on which the diffraction pattern is observed are at a finite distance from the obstacle or slit. It is called Fresnel diffraction, and in the observation of Fresnel diffraction no lens are necessary or required, but here the wave fronts are diverged instead of plane wave fronts, and the theoretical treatment is consequently more complex. Here in this figure we can see the design of Fresnel diffraction arrangement. Here this is the screen, and this is the source of the light, and this is the screen, and this screen and light source are in finite distance from the obstacle, and there is no lens are used in this diffraction method. Second one is the Fraunhofer diffraction. In the Fraunhofer diffraction, the source and the screen are at infinite distance from the aperture or slit. This is easily achieved by placing a source on the focal plane of the convex lens and placing the screen on the focal plane of the another convex lens. Here we can see in this figure, this is the light source and this is the screen where we observe the diffraction pattern, and we placed the convex lenses between the source and aperture and screen. This is the main difference between the Fresnel diffraction and Fraunhofer diffraction. Here the two lenses effectively moved the source and the screen to infinity because the first lens makes the light beam parallel and the second lens effectively makes the screen receive a parallel beam of light. Fraunhofer diffraction is much simpler to treat theoretically. It is easily observed in practice. Difference between Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction. Coming to the Fresnel diffraction, source and screen are at finite distance from the obstacle or aperture or slit, and Fraunhofer diffraction both the source and the screen are at infinite distance from the obstacle or aperture or slit. And the second difference is the in Fresnel diffraction spherical or cylindrical wave front falls on the obstacle or aperture, and Fraunhofer diffraction plane wave front falls on the obstacle or aperture. Third one is the no lens are used in Fresnel diffraction, and converging lens are used to study the Fraunhofer diffraction. Fourth difference is the waves falling on the obstacle aperture will not be in the same phase. This is the main one, and Fraunhofer diffraction waves falling on the obstacle or aperture have the same phase. Fifth difference is Fresnel diffraction is a general case of diffraction which reduce the Fraunhofer case when the source and the screen are at infinite distance from the obstacle or aperture, and the Fraunhofer diffraction is the particular case of diffraction with the source and screen are at infinite distance from the obstacle or aperture. And these are the application of diffraction. Main one is the crystal structure study by X-ray diffraction. We can use this technique. We can identify the material is single crystal or polycrystalline or etc., and we can identify the orientation of the planes of that material also. And the second one is the study of reconstruction of a hologram, and another one in design of holography memory would greatly extended the capabilities of computer memory systems, and determination of wavelength of light source by using the X-ray diffraction method, and the study design of 3D images of molecular structure. These are the important applications of X-ray diffraction. These are the important applications of diffraction.